Viewers and subscribers, welcome back on this platform, BVI Channel 1, where truth is gospel. I'm Sarah Suchanodu Peters, Archbishop, Good Governance Ministry. Like I promised you that I'll be bringing you subsequent highlights of what transpired at the public hearing for a ban on open grazing in Anambra State. Like I told you, I was there, I made my statement, but you need to catch a glimpse of what transpired there and what everyone had to say about this bill. Watch. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for public hearing on a bill to prohibit, abolish open and nomadic cattle and other livestock grazing and rearing in Anambra State. The essence of the hearing is to get input from stakeholders before we pass the bill into law. We want to be thorough and democratic so that the feelings and opinions of the people and groups relevant to the bill will not be ignored. I assure you that the special committee will be instituted for immediate implementation of the bill when passed.
I urge you all here to feel free to make your suggestions and contributions on the bill. I assure you that the views you express will be taken into consideration by the House of Assembly in fashioning out what finally goes to His Excellency the Governor for assent. It is on this call for robust participation by all that I have the honor and privilege to declare this public hearing open. Thank you so much, and God bless all of us.
Actually, I'm not making any contribution per se. I just want to help you, the MC, in setting the ground rules, because we are now entering the real interactive session. In order not to spend so much time, we are going to limit the time that will be allocated to any person that is going to talk to us.
First of all, I want to thank the Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly and the Anambra State House of Assembly generally for starting the process of banning open grazing in Anambra State. Ohaneze has very stand years before, from 2-3 years back, on open grazing. Open grazing is the mother of all crime in the Southeast. This is open grazing is what is causing what is happening in the Southeast, insecurity. Many souls, innocent souls, have been wasted. The security agents, the civilians, many of them are being wasted, like their life are being wasted, because if the federal government has acted in time in controlling the herdsmen, that's what brought all these crimes that are going on now. Our lives are no more safe. It's the herdsmen problem that makes me to take 2 hours from Unizik Junction to get here today. Ladies and gentlemen, my people, the Igbos after the war, 1970, banned open grazing. Is it a new thing to us? We have a local cows, we have the bulls, our people do take them to farm, to open places. But when we find out that it's a threat to economic products in the Southeast, we ban putting cows outside, open. The same way like dogs. Many of the town union here, they don't allow your dog to go out of your house. Why now are we thinking that is a new thing? We must stand by the laws we have been operating before our brothers came down. Open grazing should be banned and banned and banned. Igbos has banned it 1970, after the war. Mr. Speaker, I saw something about +9 or whatever you call it. When you say traditional rulers will be given approval 2 years, 10 years, it will go the same way the chieftaincy title is going. Some traditional rulers that are given certificate 2 years ago has already given more than 1,000 people chieftaincy title. If you allow them to issue to approve this approval for land grazing, before you know it, every village will have this road. Not even every town. It will make nonsense of this bill. I'm suggesting that before you can approve any launching anywhere, and it will not be more than 3 in a state, on a senatorial basis, the government, the House of Assembly, must see it and pass through it and see that they pass exactly what the Igbos want. Our people are looking at you people. People are watching on this open grazing. Any mistake on it will predict more doom.
The Commissioner of Police, the DSS, the Nigerian Civil Defense, and Nigerian Region, all of that, we know that they are institutions of the federal government. And we know the position of the federal government on ban on open grazing. Just like my father here said, it is not a coincidence that the Commissioner of Police did not represent himself here. And now, the power of arrest and detention, which is to enforce it, which I know is where the problem will lie, and it is very contradictory to say that the task force is empowered with or without the assistance of security agencies. And from the composition of the membership of this task force, we have the security agencies as part of the task force. So it is not clear who actually should enforce this ban on open grazing. So I suggest that this ban on open grazing should be local content. It should be based on Anambra State law. You should not get the federal government in any way or the other trying to pacify the federal government on this matter when we know clearly that the federal government is not committed to banning open grazing.
My suggestion is, why not get establish an agricultural estate where ranching will be part of it, like in the 3 senatorial zone. We have ranching in that agricultural estate instead of having ranches everywhere, because the truth is cattle rearing is not the only thing in agriculture, and that is not the only problem we have in agriculture. So I suggest that instead of having ranches everywhere, where a family will give a particular land, then give up a particular land for rent and all that, why not establish an agricultural estate where ranching will be part of that agricultural estate?
And I just want to touch 1 or 2 areas for emphasis sake. Our first concern is on the enforceability of this law, because the Human Rights Writers Association has observed that these laws are hardly enforced in other states, and we know why. And I want to say that the absence of the police in this gathering is not coincidental. So we have made provision for local content in the provision in the enforcement of this law. And why also
wonderful. I believe you have gotten as much as you can on this public hearing. What is your take on this? Does it reflect your opinion with respect to ban on open grazing, or do you think there are more things to be added to it? You can forward it to us. We will send it across to the clerk of the house for onward action. Thank you so much, my people, for having confidence on this platform, on doing the needful and reporting it the way it is. I'm Silas Ucheredu Peters, the voice of the people, the voice of God, the voice of our ancestors. Archbishop, Good Governance Ministry. Stay safe at all times. Bye-bye.